Get your rub on with Addicted to the Q.
Welcome to another episode of Addicted to the Q. We are Brad and Brian, and we have a special guest with us today. They are the founders of the Rib Cookoff Association. But before we get to talking to them, we have a question from everyone. If you had to choose between St. Louis style spare ribs or baby backs, which one would you pick? Leave us a comment in the comments. Now, on to our guests. How are you guys doing tonight?
Great.
Good.
So tell us your background and when you guys started cooking, why you started cooking, what made you start cooking.
Well, we've been cooking professionally 10 years, going on 11, I think.
Almost 11.
We've done 167 KCBS contests. We've cooked Outlaw, IBCA, CBA. We love to cook, love the competition, love the friendship. So SCA, we've probably done over 100 SCA contests. So we love to cook.
So if you had to choose between KCBS or SCA, which one would be more your favorite?
KCBS.
KCBS.
I'm barbecue all the way. I love to cook steaks. I love the SCA, but I'm a barbecue guy.
So I've noticed SCA, they kind of make it look kind of like a hockey puck when you turn it in.
That's one way to look at it.
I've seen a couple on Barbecue USA, and I was like, it looks like a round hockey puck with drill marks on it.
Yeah.
So what made you guys decide to try to branch out and start the Rib Cookoff Association?
We come up with this about a year ago, and I don't even remember how. Just was a thought one day, and maybe not quite a year ago, but when I thought about it, or we thought about it, I bought the websites. I bought some websites just in case we ever did it. It stopped there and lay dead for a long time. And we were going to an SCA contest in Kansas City, so Jody could get a golden ticket a couple of months ago or a month ago, whenever it was. And we were sitting around the hotel, and I just looked at her and said, let's do this rib deal. Let's do it. She wrote up a deal in the hotel room, released it, and I had to turn my phone off that night or turn it down. I mean, it went ballistic. So it was just kind of on a whim. But,
and the whole thing is to let the cooks get back to having fun, making it affordable. Everybody can afford one meat, and allowing the promoters to make money for their events. There's a lot of promoters out there doing charity events, raising money for some great causes. And so this is going to allow them to raise a lot of money.
Yeah, it seems like, I don't know, I've definitely thought about it because hell, you can throw one drum in the back of your truck with a couple tables and go cook it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
How are you guys doing turn-ins? Are you doing garnish, no garnish, foil?
No garnish, so let's be a full in the box. 6 ribs, no more, no less. Just pretty simple.
That's what I hate about KCBS is the garnish. So that was next, Charlie. No garnish.
But she's good at it. So.
I still don't like it.
You don't like making a little kale or parsley little rosette?
Yuck.
So, but I did notice, and I do like it. Seems like you guys have a set payout. It seems like the first through 10 places kind of have a set,
kind of a suggested payout.
Yeah.
That'll be up to the promoter, but we'd like to keep it where it's decent,
So people can come out, and we really want it to pay down to 10 places, and if they can possibly pay down to 15. We're talking to the promoters, sharing our ideas to go out into the community and get sponsors, because we're not using certified judges. We're using judges off the street. So a lot of times with KCBS, the feedback that I've always heard is, somebody donates to this event, maybe $2,000, and they don't get to have anybody come in and judge. Mm-hmm. So this will give people who want to sponsor the event an opportunity to sit at the table and actually eat some ribs and have a good time.
That's, I don't know, that sounds like, especially you'll get more sponsors because they actually have a stake in it. I mean,
Yeah,
Sure.
they do.
Yeah.
So one thing I did notice, you're doing away with brain fart here, meat inspection.
We're leaving it up to the promoters. If they want to do
like.
it, if they want to do it, fine. And if they don't, fine.
Yeah.
Meat inspection's a joke. It's, you can hide one ice chest and they can inspect another, and it's just. But if a promoter wants to do it, power to them. So.
Well, in KCBS, you can have your meat trimmed now also. So
Sure. And we're going to allow that too.
Yeah.
It doesn't even have to be in the original package. It just can't be. You know, if you've cooked as long as we have, you know, especially in ribs, that is zero advantage to you anyway.
yeah.
I mean, we season our ribs an hour before we cook them. I mean,
Yeah.
it'll have an adverse effect if you did them the night before. It would not help you. But anyway, that's why we did that.
So, but there's also an invitational that we've heard about. Where's that going to be and when?
Going to be in Oklahoma City area. That's all we can say at this time. We're looking at New Year's Day. And the reason why is because it's right after the holidays. A lot of people are looking to get out of the house. It starts off the new year, and we are working with some individuals to raise some money for that. And we can't say the prize money now, but it's going to be very good and worth your time to cook these and get to the championship. So we're all going to take first place out of all the contests, and they will be invited to the championship. We're also going to have a points championship as well. And so we're going to take a certain number of the points champions and let them cook. And then we'll also take a percentage from there, just depending on how many contests there are.
That's awesome. So, but I've also read somewhere you don't have to actually win. You can, there's going to be so many entries just from the pot of people.
Yeah,
that
we'll know that
Right.
number at the end of the year, what we can accommodate, what we can
Right.
do. For every contest you cook, you'll have a chip in the draw, and every how many chips we draw at the end of the year.
So there's 3 ways to get in. You win first place, or you be one of the points champions, or for every contest, like Dirk was saying, that you compete in, you're going to have your name put into bungs. We're going to do it all live, so you can see all the names go into the bag and us pull out a certain number. So there's going to be 3 ways that you can get to the championship.
Awesome. So somebody asked, will there be a golden ticket? Will it be similar to SCA?
We're not going to do a pass down like that.
Okay.
So
Kind of like Jack Daniels, where you have the draw, you know, if you didn't get a GC or something, the state draw.
we'll just have a bag full of poker chips.
And instead of getting a GC or RGC or however they do it, if you just cook and you're a member, you're going to get a chip in the bag.
Nice. Are you going to do this championship every year? Are you going to switch like venues or locations?
We haven't got that far yet. That's definitely a thought. So, kind of split it up. I know it's hard for people to come. At least we're centrally located, and a lot of people are concerned about January 1st and the weather. And, it is what it is, though. You pick a date and you go with it. And that's when our promoter wants to do it. And so,
Yeah.
So, are you going to have like a team of the year points chase with this also, or is it?
We are. So everybody who's a member, we're going to keep your points for you.
You don't have to be a member to cook, but you have to be a member to get points or to qualify for the championship if you win. But if you want to cook and not join, power to you. You can cook. But
what's your price as a member?
We won't track your points. So.
$40 a year, so 11 cents a day.
You got that wrote down, don't you?
I do.
Just the 11 cents part. Yes, 11 cents a day.
11 cents a day. So it's very affordable.
Yeah, and 40 for the year. So I mean that should get you guys a ton of memberships right there.
Yeah, we're setting at 420 right now.
Nice.
So are there going to? I have not seen a contest in Missouri yet. Have you heard of a contest that's coming to Missouri?
We have, yeah, and we don't have dates, but we've had promoters. We've sent out promoter packages now to 47 states, I believe, from people. I'm really not keeping track of them until they send their stuff in, but they're coming from everywhere. So there will definitely be, for sure.
But we also want to encourage you, if you know someone, a barbecue store or local charity trying to raise money, let them know about us and get them in contact with either Dirk or I, and we'd love to have a contest anywhere. And right now we're just in the 48 states.
Okay.
So
go
ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, to clarify, this is strictly your sanctioning. This is not, they go to a KCBS event, like say the American Royal Backyard or the American Royal, in the fall. They don't get points on the ribs there. It's strictly your sanctioned events that they get the points.
Yeah, I think KCBS, when they do their one meat deals, because we've cooked them, I think those points do go towards the rib category in KCBS. But no,
we're separate.
We're not. Yeah,
we're a new sanctioning body.
But we are going to work with a lot of them. We've had a lot of SCA promoters contact us to do Friday night rib cooks or Saturday events, and so hopefully we can all work together. And because Jody and I are going to still cook when we can, probably won't be as much as we usually do, but we're still going to cook SCA, KCBS, anything we can if we have an open weekend. So
cool.
What I was going to say is, so I have a question for you. I got one of your packets because there is a local fair behind me that's been thinking about doing a barbecue contest, and we kind of penciled it in for KCBS and all that stuff, and it's just hard to get the rate of return that they would be looking for, which hence is why you guys have. But with a rep and everything, are you guys training reps? Like, could I be a rep if somebody else was an organizer, and that way it's right next door to me, and I charge them a dang thing? And
our rep training, and it's what we're telling promoters, is going to be mostly Zoom training.
Okay.
I mean, will be Zoom training. As long as a promoter and rep aren't the same person, we're good. It's a good way to save yourself $100 for your contest and have your buddy, as long as it's somebody knowledgeable, you know what I mean? So yeah, you can do that for sure. It's not somebody we're going to do the ones we can, but yeah, you can save $100 right off the top, just like that. So
now, could I get in on the rep training just in the future? That way, in case I would already have it, or do you have to already have a contest or a rep?
No, we'll schedule some times and do some, and then we've got people that are having contests close to each other, 30 or 40 miles, that are friends, and they're going to rep each other's contests, so they'll come and hang out. And so maybe there's one close you can come over and get involved in. If not, we can do it via Zoom or however. So
we already have the guidelines and the rules set out. We want to take that. We're going to have our first contest February the 3rd in Conway, Arkansas. And so we're going to test our own rules and guidelines and make sure that we've got everything in there. Then after that time, as long as we don't need to add anything that we both would have forgot, then we will start having some rep training after February the 3rd.
If there's something close for me and Brad to go to, would you be opposed of us coming out and doing like some video shots of the? Okay, awesome.
Come on.
I'm sure the promoters would love it. So
yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
See. I like this. It reminds me of what KCBS was when they first started, and not what they've grown into. Like, don't get me wrong, I like KCBS, but they have a lot of issues that need to be addressed.
Sure.
Why contests are canceling? And the truth of the matter is, people can't go out and spend $300 on a brisket and cook
it's that expensive.
That's right.
Sure.
It's very expensive.
Me and Brian cook KCBS Backyard, which is just chicken and ribs and sometimes pork, and it still adds up after a while. I mean,
It does.
That's why I would say your footprint just to throw a drum in the back of a truck is a lot less than to try to throw 4 cookers and plan to stay overnight and everything else.
Yeah, we've set it up where you can cook on any heat source. We could care less. You can cook in a toaster if you want to.
I'm waiting for.
I'm waiting to figure out how to do it.
I'm waiting for sous vide ribs.
That's right.
Yeah,
boiled. That was boiled and oven baked with sauce.
There you
go. So here's another question: is it only going to be ribs, or can a contest add ancillaries? Can they add?
They can definitely add ancillaries. The first one in Conway, they're doing ribs or wings for ancillary. We're not gonna. We told them we'd help with the scoring. They can use our scoring system, whatever. But we're not going to promote any of the ancillaries. But they can do whatever they want for ancillaries. So.
And we're not going to sanction it. You know, something that I really want to see going forward. I mean, barbecue ribs are barbecue ribs. You know, but we've had a lot of promoters ask us. They're looking at being creative, like my barbecue ribs in the morning and maybe Korean barbecue ribs in the afternoon. We're really hearing that they just really want to mix it up and have fun, and that's more than fine with this.
Which you could have a double on the same day, really.
Yeah, we've had people that's asked about doubles.
So somebody asked, what is the scoring system is going to be used?
Okay, so we're going to have appearance, and we're going to have taste, and we're going to have tenderness. Built our own form. Taste is going to go up. No, I'm sorry. Appearance is going to go up to a 9, and taste is going to go up to. I didn't bring my notes, so I hope I'm right. 9.5, I believe. 9.5. And then tenderness is going to go up to like 9.8. And again, I might be off a decimal or so. We're going to put more weight on tenderness. But taste and tenderness is going to have the decimals.
Now, if I do fall off the bone, is that a full 9.8?
You know what? It's up to the judges.
Yeah.
And them not being non-sanctioned, you might do better with that.
Yeah, we're not setting criteria. I mean, the judges will get a little spiel, but we're not, like I said, we love KCBS, but it seems that a lot of them, they judge the criteria,
Yeah.
They do. I'm a judge. They know they do.
And we don't want them to do that.
After a while, it's all the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just want somebody that they like your ribs, and you're going to get a good score. If they don't, and it's subjective. Every judge is different, but if they don't like it, then you're probably not going to get a good score. But there's not going to be any criteria that they're looking for. So it's just going to be what, in their opinion, the taste and tenderness, appearance.
And even KCBS cooks cook all the same. I mean, we have a flavor profile we all look for. We all cook it because it wins, and if you don't cook it that way, you don't win. I mean, it's simple as that.
That's right.
That's a fact.
So I think it's going to take a little bit of a kind of almost a trial and error to see what judges are going to like. I mean,
yeah.
You know what I'm telling everybody, all the contestants, all the cooks, go have fun.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
We all like to cook barbecue. I even like to cook ribs myself. Go have fun. And you know what? For 100, 125, because the promoters, we've given them a suggested amount between $100 and $125 for the entry fee. Put that down. Like you said, put a drum in the back of your truck, maybe a 10 by 10 tent, 8 by 8 tent. Go have fun. Get back to having fun, cooking, seeing your barbecue family. And then go to awards and just see what happens. I mean, even in the other sanctioned organizations, you better just sit back until you hear your name, because at any of those contests, anybody in that group of people that are sitting there cooking can win. So to me, we all want to win. We all want to have a good time. That's why we made the championship at the end of the year be a little bit more flexible. We didn't want to have something where it passed down. We wanted first place to be invited. We want our points champions to be invited. And then we still want to give an opportunity if you didn't get a first place or you're not in the points championship, still have an opportunity to get to come cook the championship.
How many of the poker draws are you going to do?
You'll have a draw for every contest you cook. If you cook 20 contests, you'll have 20 chips in the bag.
Okay.
So you'll have a lot of chances if you cook, but every chance you cook. And we'll know that number. I think our facility is going to hold a lot of teams. So I think it's going to be I think there's a lot of people going to get a good chance to get in.
Yeah.
So.
And we are the most transparent people ever. So you're going to see us putting all the names in there. So if you cook 20 contests, you're going to have 20 chips with your names going into the bag. Then we're going to pull them out. I mean, I can see some duplicates, but you know what? We just keep drawing and having fun until we get to our number.
I cooked a contest actually in Colombia last summer, and it was non-sanctioned, but it was literally you had one slab of ribs, turn in 4 bones, get them judged, and I loved every minute of it because
good.
There was no garnish. It was just I had a blast.
Yep.
You could hyper focus on that one slab of ribs. It was meat provided, so it was let the best slab win. That's another question. Are you going to allow meat provided contest, or is it purely contestants have to have their own meat? Or
no, if a promoter has a sponsor and wants to provide the ribs, or they want to provide the ribs, power to them. That's great. We've had people ask about beef ribs, and I said because they have beef sponsors, and I said that'd be great. Have a beef rib contest, but you might want to supply the ribs because it may be tough to get teams to buy their own.
And you're going to give a longer timeline on beef ribs. So you got to count for that.
I mean, we're pretty much open to anything. So that 90% of it's going to be promoter's call. So.
I am curious to see after the first contest what scores, like what kind of flavor profiles are going to win. Like I'm just curious as to, or whether it's going to be different every contest you cook. Just luck of the earth. If it's just going to be good ribs and they win. I'm waiting, curious to find out. Well, and it kind of, like I said, it excites me to kind of find out.
Yeah, well, we know about half the cooks that have signed up already, and they cook a lot of KCBS, and so you would assume. I mean, if I was going to cook it, I'd probably cook my KCBS flavor profile, but who knows? I mean, 90% of it's probably going to be what they like, what they eat locally, So
yep,
might want to go to the best local barbecue joint in town and get a plate and see what it tastes like. So, but,
I mean, I'm like I said, I'm kind of curious because a lot of people like more fall off the bone. So I'm curious if that's what's going to score better. Because I did see there in your rules where you can judge. They can be judged with a fork.
Yeah.
So that kind of strikes. IBC kind of stuff.
We may have to tweak on that. I hate to say it has to be on the bone. That's I don't know. That's how we're going to start it. See how that works out. But
the judge can either pick it up or they can use a fork.
Yeah.
It's going to be an option. The forks will be there. I'm going to say 90% of your judges are going to pick it up. They're going to see a fork and be like, if I had never cooked and I was off the street and I saw a fork there, I'd be like, what is this? I'm not going to use a fork. I'm going to pick it up and eat it. So
the only time we really used a fork when I judged with the Royal was with like pulled pork that you kind of put on your plate with the fork. And that's it'd be kind of hard because I would think you try to pick up a rib with a fork if either all fall off or I don't know. I don't see it very well.
Boneless ribs. Come on. Boneless ribs.
Skinless ribs.
That question's been asked 1,000 times.
Can you turn in pulled ribs?
No.
Ribs have been asked.
We actually updated our promoter packet, and we put in there the bone has to be in the rib.
So no pulled ribs or McRib sandwiches, in other words.
No.
I was thinking McRib.
That deal's been tried before.
I do like your guys' website. It is very user friendly.
Thank you.
Here's a question.
Okay.
are they going to have the availability of scorecards back to the cook? Like Casey, are you guys going to have comment cards or be able to get scorecards?
I'm not sure on the comment cards. We really hadn't discussed that. Definitely the scores. We will post a sheet that day people can take a picture of. They'll be on the website within 2 hours normally. Yeah. We also are getting an app built. Once the app's built, everything's going to be entered in the app. Everybody can download the app, and man, we'll do everything on the app that we can. And
that'd be nice.
It's taken a while to get the app built, so
yeah,
it's a process.
And even our website, we're still working with the programmers on getting the calendar set up. And if you follow us on our page, I usually post an update every 2 to 3 days about where we're at. But we're making do, and we're getting contests on the books, and we're getting a lot of members with just what we have. So it's going to keep getting better and better. And, we're going to tell you, like today, membership cards went out to everybody and didn't have the number on them. Well, I went on and made a post. You know what? Check your email. They're out there and they've got your number. So we're very transparent.
But the people also have to realize Rome wasn't built in a day. This is, I'm sure, takes a lot of time and effort on your guys' part too. But I do like the idea of an app. I really do, because especially for scoring and judging and all that, that's one thing I think KCBS is lacking on is manually entering the data, the score. Plus, you're relying on a judge to write a number and a rep to read the number right. What if I wrote a 7, it looks like a 9? What if I wrote a 9 and I interpreted it? That's why either I think there needs to be either some way of circling a number or like I said, an app where you push the button. I think KCBS has too many places for human error.
Mm-hmm.
And in the beginning, if our apps, and we know it's not going to be ready by February the 3rd, it's going to be data entry,
Yep.
So I'm sure you're looking at the one that's going to be doing the data entry. But eventually we will have an app and all of the judges will log in and all of their information will go directly to the database. So it just takes time to get that completed.
That's, like I said, everyone, I think that's a really cool idea. That and you get your results a lot faster. You can sit there and look at them pretty much as soon as you're done with awards.
Yeah, that's we just want to wait till we're gone before it hits the app. So if anybody,
so you don't have to field questions or get any kind of
yeah.
It's okay. Dirk's number's on the website. Just go to the website and call him. He loves to talk about it. Texting, whatever you got to do.
Is your website, does that have all the cook-offs on it already that have signed up?
They're getting built slowly.
Yeah.
We're not putting them on there till they're actually paid.
Yeah, we're putting them out on the page and we're promoting them almost daily, every other day. The calendar's being built out. The programmers actually told me they hope that it'd be built out by the end of this week. But you know how that is. But you can register for a contest, I believe, on site. Or I have set up PayPal links right now that you can go and pay for either comp. And I want to tell all your viewers, if they do go and register for one of the comps and use the PayPal link, you do not have to be a PayPal member to register. You can actually just register, put in your debit or credit card, however you want to pay, and PayPal will accept that.
Nice.
I do like that. I do like the feasibility of the website. So whoever designed that did a heck of a job. Trying to think if there's any. Most of my questions have been answered as far as the scoring and the. I am curious to see where these contests are all going to end up at. Like I said, I'd love to see some Hawaii, Alaska. It'd be kind of cold in Alaska to do a contest right now.
We've had a call from Alaska.
Yes.
Have you?
Nice.
I'm hoping June.
Yeah, we might be wrapping that one.
There is one guy, he's adamant about these snow cones. Are you guys going to provide snow cones at a comp?
I don't know.
What?
I think he was talking to you to provide the snow cones.
He was talking to me, but I'm passing it on.
All right,
Got plenty of
Brian's
snow
bringing
to do
the snow cone.
Got plenty of snow to do it.
So I want to do at least one because I want one poker chip at least so I get an extra draw in case I don't win the competition.
Heck yeah.
Good. Come on. We'd love it. So we're telling everybody out there that's cooking, all of our members that are cooking, talk to your community, see if they want to hold it. We've heard that some of the Masons or the Elks want to hear it. I even had a guy talk about a softball team there in their community trying to do this as a fundraiser.
Yeah.
I think it'd be a great community event down on Main Street. And I think you could get a lot of sponsors. Right now with the added money for the Arkansas contest, you're looking at about $3,800. If you get five sponsors, you're going to pay for that pretty quickly. Mm-hmm. And the money that comes in from the registration fees can actually go back to your organization.
Yeah.
Yes. I think Sofa King should be a corporate sponsor for the entire series nationally.
People just spend my money.
Well, we are going to be releasing a sponsorship packet. If you want to sponsor the Rib Cookoff Association, we're going to have different levels. Or if you want to sponsor an event, you're going to have that option as well.
Okay.
It's on my to-do list.
So where's that Lamar's cook-off that going to be at that you keep talking about?
I'm sorry, Brad, what?
Oh, the guy that was...
Lamar's.
Yeah, the guy asked about snow cones. He's talking about a Lamar's cook-off or Lamar Donuts or something. I don't know.
So Father's Day weekend.
So will all this be before or after the app comes out that you're going to have the rest done?
No, so we should have the calendar up on the website soon.
Okay.
I think, just personally, the app is going to take about 6 months to complete.
Okay.
6 to 8 months. So we're going to be looking at later in the year when it's on the app. So everything's going to be on the website, and we'll move everything over to the app and probably use two. So yeah, I think that answered your question.
Yeah. Are you going to have, like, if they don't, because the app you were saying we could get on, and if we don't get like a cook's card or anything, we could get on the app, all that stuff would be there. Are you going to have that on the website?
Yeah.
So it's going to be their score. They're probably not going to be comments, but their score is going to be on there. So you can tell in your 3 categories for your 6 judges, what was your score. Plus, we will have one main document that we'll put out after the contest so people can get a picture of.
Yeah. Or
I told Dirk what I'd like to do is just get everybody's number, cell phone number, and as soon as the awards are over, I hit a button and it goes to everybody's phone. Because I don't like paper at all.
Yeah.
Me neither.
So,
just
as long as
be thrown away.
Yeah, that's right. So we might try that and just see how that works.
Okay.
I'm trying to think I think that's pretty much questions that I've really had. I'm kind of excited about cooking one.
I am. I mean, I know it's ground level starting out. So next year with the app and everything, I mean, it's going to be a lot more smoother running. I know you're going to have some bumps in the road now, but it sounds like it's going to be just an awesome sanctioning event for one meet constantly. I mean, I'm interested.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, me too.
So.
I think we'll have possibly 40, 50 comps this year just by the interest that we've had from people wanting to be a promoter.
Yeah.
Next year, I'm setting goals, so you never know until it happens. But next year, I'm looking at 3 times that, maybe 4 times.
Yeah.
We can easily do that.
Well, like I said, I'd be able to travel further because I could just throw my stuff in the back of my truck and go. I mean,
Exactly.
so maybe you stay in a hotel the night before or something, but otherwise, you could drive, not have to worry about pulling a trailer, not have to worry about getting all set up, not having to worry about all that.
Yep. Exactly.
That's the part that interests me in it.
If I could just figure out how to not have to have your pop-up tent, because I'm not good at those, I mean, it would be a home run for me, but that's why I have him. He puts my pop-up tent up.
We drive a trailer everywhere.
We do have a trailer. We do have a trailer. So, I mean, but there's been a couple times I've had to do a pop-up tent, and I'm like, I'm going to the guys in the crowd, can you put up my pop-up tent? That's the only thing I hate.
It seems like it's not windy at all until you try to start putting that damn tent up. And then it's 20-mile-an-hour winds and gusts or like I was doing when I was sitting in Mayetta, Kansas on Sunday morning of the KCBS Invitational when it rained like 2.5 inches in 45 minutes as I'm sitting there trying to hold my tent down and getting soaked and hating my life. And
we've been there. We are going to allow teams to share cook sites.
Yeah.
Not share smokers, but share cook sites. So if two guys want to cook under one canopy, why not?
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I was confused about at first because I thought it was literally like one-man team could only cook, but like me and my son cook. So as long as if there's two of us, we turn in one entry from one smoker.
You can have 50 people on your team if you want, but you get one entry out of that.
Okay.
So, but you can share cook sites, save some space. So.
Yeah,
I do.
If somebody's
I mean, really, because it's being a one meat contest, you don't really take up a lot of space.
No, not at all.
And I got that 10 by 20, so we could get 4 of us under there, 4 different drums.
Exactly. Yeah. So if people want to do that, they're welcome to do it. So
I do like that idea because, like I said, we could all throw a drum in the back of our truck and go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Do some hot and fast, get it done.
Drums it is.
I want it. Don't they have out the smaller drum now?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I would do. I mean, then you can put it in the back of your SUV and go anywhere.
We're not buying anymore.
We
have 7 gateway drums and 4 Humzicker drums. So I think we're drums.
Oh wow.
We're good. We're good.
Yeah, you're good. Well, that's what that's with cooking hot and fast. That's like I watched a documentary back in like 2000 and 2002 in the Royal back when they cooked low and slow and stayed up all night. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, there's no way.
Can't do that anymore.
I like sleep too much.
Yeah, me too.
Me too.
Me too.
Well, does anybody have anything from the comments, or Brian, do you have anything more to ask? I think I'll get all my questions answered.
I got all mine.
Okay.
Well, thank you guys for coming on.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Really appreciate talking to you.
Thank you.
We're excited about getting.
And if you would just have all your viewers go to Facebook to Rib Cookoff Association. We have a page and we have a group. I try to post in both of them. That way they can keep up with us, and I can tell them the progress that we're making on the website, what contests are out there. If a promoter needs information, they usually contact me via Facebook too.
Okay, somebody did ask: is the cook sites going to be limited like SCA size? Or
that'll be the promoter. Just depends on where they do it and what they have for room, and they'll stake trailers, no trailers. And I'm sure most of them are going to be no trailers, probably, or a very small trailer anyway. Not a crazy 30-foot trailer, but who knows?
30 foot to a dollar.
Just depends on where they do it, and
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'd be wanting to drag ours in there too. So it's nice to have that trailer when the weather's cold.
Last year, I got I borrowed a trailer I've been taking, and it makes all the difference in the world too.
Yeah,
it does.
It really does.
It does. But yeah, that'll be a promoter's call. So
okay. Yeah. Well, thank you guys again for coming on. We appreciate the heck out of it. Yes, go to their Facebook, Rib Cookoff Association, and the group. I followed and joined both. So we look forward to seeing how the year goes, and we might get an update at the end of the year of how things went. So thank you guys for coming on.
That was great.
We
appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Good night.
Bye. Thanks.